government's economic program begins to pay off, our country is heading towards sustained growth. We are building Jamaica. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is
8 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It is Wednesday, November 12, 2025. We are alive, and for that we give God thanks. Good morning to you if you're listening to the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, or 90.9. Thank you so much for joining us on your radio. If you are listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. The channel is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. That's Nationwide 90 FM LIVE with the number 2 beside that. So go on over there and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I want to say good morning to Juliet Sanchez, who I'm seeing first in the YouTube chat this morning. Also seeing Annie Smith today. Good morning to you, Annie. Merlin Russell, good morning to you as well. Katie Puello, top of the morning to you. Jillian Coleman, good morning. Zazie Girl, good morning to you as well. Philip Jackson, top of the morning to you. Ryder 40, good morning. And all the others over there on YouTube, good morning to you. If you are listening from our mobile app, which is available on the Google Play and the App Store for free, it's Revo News, top of the morning to you, those of you who are on the app. And for those of you who are listening or watching on our website, good morning to you as well. The website is revonews.ai. All right. This morning, if you are not able to tell, if you're listening, if you're watching, you will be able to tell that we are outside this morning. We are at the Tivoli Gardens High School, and we are here for a very important event. The National Parenting Support Commission is hosting their National Parent Month Recovery Mission launch. And, it is very important that we provide the support for our parents who need to be there for the children, especially in this time, physically, emotionally, financially as well. And we'll hear from the Ministry of Education. Of course, we'll hear from the National Parenting Support Commission about what they will be doing during this time to help parents get back on track so that they, in turn, can be there for their children. It is, a time where all stakeholders, must get the support that they need. When we think about the education system, it's not just about the students and the teachers and the school plant and the administration. The parents play a very, very important role in successful education, in a successful education system, because the support of the parents is needed to ensure that the children are where they need to be, when they need to be there, and that there is support within the home to extend assistance where needed for our students. So the National Parenting Support Commission is a very important entity at this time, and we will definitely hear more. The forum is, we are due to hear from Reverend Kingsley Asphalt, where we should be hearing from the National Parenting Support Commission's CEO, Ms. Casey Carr. Also, a representative from the Ministry of Education. I'm seeing here Dr. Kassan Troop, who is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, and also from the principal of Tivoli Gardens High School. So later on, of course, during Cliff Hughes Online, we will definitely hear more about that. In the meantime, though, inside the Consumer Hour, we'll be taking your calls. So let me remind you of the numbers to call: 876 630 9371, and that goes up to 4. So it's 630 9371, 630 9372, 630 9373, 630 9374, and or digital line 618-6730. Those are the numbers to call if you have any consumer related matters. And of course, if you are unable to, best to get to those as well for you. I see a comment here in the YouTube chat from Edgar Morgan saying, good morning, I want to know, when JPS gives you a reference number over a month now and nothing has been done, what can someone do? Well, the reference number is really to track your case, right? And so if the case is still outstanding, then the reference number is still relevant. I'm not sure where you are, not sure what the exact issue is, as you didn't go further, Edgar. But that's what I know the reference number's purpose is to be able to track your case, be able to track the complaint, and when the issue is resolved, then that reference number is no longer relevant. But as long as the issue is still standing, the reference number is relevant. So if you call JPS back now and you say you reported this thing over a month ago and it has not been fixed, they can ask you for the reference number. When you give it to them, they can look in the system and see where it is still there, untouched, or they sent out a team but the team had to come back, or a team will be on the way today, or whatever. Right? That's what I know the reference number is for. I see Katie Bello asking me for a number for Ruth Lynn. We don't have a direct line to Ruth Lynn, but we can give you the JPS customer care numbers when we get back from this break.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:15.
Spring into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 6, 30 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
They've lost homes.
Everything is gone. Have no house, have nothing.
They've lost power.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Jamaican people need desperate help.
Some haven't heard a familiar voice in days.
The last thing I said to my sister, please be safe. And that was the last time.
For others, hope is starting to ebb. But together, we are rebuilding Jamaica, one parish at a time.
We have to try. We have to try. Can't give up.
Join Nationwide 90 FM from November 21 to December 19, every Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we broadcast live from Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and St. Elizabeth, helping families and communities rebuild after Hurricane Melissa.
And you can help too.
Bring your donations, non-perishable food, water, hygiene products, lighting, or recovery supplies to our office at 14 Ocean Boulevard, the Digital Building, downtown Kingston.
Let's show the true strength of our nation: unity, compassion, and care. Together, we can rebuild lives and restore hope. Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. We're outside this morning at Tivoli Gardens High School, and we're here for the National Parenting Support Commission's National Parent Month Recovery Mission launch. You know, in light of the recent hurricane, a lot of our parents are facing, you know, their own, you know, issues, stress after the hurricane. And to add to that, many of our students, especially those in the western parts of the island, are not in school. And the National Parenting Support Commission is doing what they can to give parents the support they need in this time. So later on during Cliff Hughes Online, we'll hear much more from this event. But in the meantime, we're taking your calls inside the Consumer Hour. Just to remind you of the phone lines, 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4, and 618-6730. We have Chris on the line. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Chris. Not hearing Chris. Let's see if we can reconnect with Chris. Chris, if you're hearing me, please give us a call back. But we are taking your calls this morning. Not sure if we're having any challenges with the phone lines. But yes, so the numbers once again, 876-630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-6730. Those are the numbers to call. And of course, you can join us in the YouTube chat if you are unable to call. Chris is back. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, Miss Morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Chris. How are you?
Well, I'm giving thanks, you know, Miss Bantan. Giving thanks to the Most High. Well, first, Miss Bantan, I want to start off good. I want to say thanks to all the people, local and international, for that kind help, kind support to the people that get damaged through the hurricane. Trust me, Miss Bantan, them are gone. You know, I want to thank the Prime Minister and his team too. Everybody. We don't want to call on you. I want to thank everybody. It's not an easy road. Trust me. And certain parts of Jamaica, Miss Bantan, we don't know when they'll come back to. But all we have to do is to join hands and heart and pray and hope for the best, not the worst. Another thing now, trust me, they like them start to pack the place. Must get them out. Too much. I last with my neighbor daughter, little baby, get you again. You know, so I'm begging, please, come and sit in the can next time one time. Yeah, man, pack it. Because they must get them out in numbers.
Yes. We've heard, the reports of fogging I've heard are in the most affected areas. I've heard that they've been doing fogging, but you are still calling on the St. Catherine Health Department.
Yeah, man, you in any
Ministry
state,
of
man.
Health.
We need to fogging, man. Do, please. You know?
All right, but remember to also, in the meantime, do what you can within your household to ensure that you're keeping yourself safe from the mosquitoes.
Yes, Miss Bantan.
All right.
Why? Trust me, every time I talk about this to Miss Bantan, my heart pain me. Churchill, West Green, let me know when my place to come back to. And my playground letter. Yeah, what the damage bad, you know, Miss Bantan. I know the house them start clean out it, you know. I know, Miss Bantan. I mean, to my heart pain me, you know.
What do you mean all the house them not start clean? When you say clean out, what you mean?
The muck and the dirt them. Remember there's no water mom to wash them out.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Them just scrape off the road with the tractor and clip up the garbage them and take them away. Now we have the water truck and the fire people have to come in now to come help to clean up the house them. And it doesn't go done now. It's terrible, Miss Banton, trust me. The playground lesson. That's all my peers.
Yeah, but we will rebuild, and one step at a time we'll do what we can, and we are a resilient people, so we will do what we can as soon as we can and get back on track. That's where we need to be now, just looking towards what we can do to help, looking towards, what has happened, it has happened, and we are facing the results of that, and what we must do now is maintain, a positive attitude and see how best we can assist and do what we can, however little it is, just one step at a time until we are back.
I understand, Miss Banton,
Yeah.
So, peace, my sister. Have a great week.
All right.
Blessings.
Yeah, man, no problem. Dawn, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, Dawn. How are you?
I am thankful. That is good. That is good.
Good.
I won't complain about whatever, because when I see what is happening in the West, I will just shut my mouth. I don't want to be ungrateful. I really called to share with you of an experience I had, which I think it is, if it's not highway robbery, I don't know what it is. Before the hurricane came, I bought credit and put on my phone to put on a data. When everything went, when the internet went, I put on a 2 days data on the phone. And after I put on the data, I had $300 and something credit left. But when the data finished, I didn't remember to take off the data, to be honest. So when we go to make a call, I realize it's 1 cent credit now, because after the data finished, I didn't turn off this thing. So I turned it off. Now on Thursday, I went and I bought $500 credit now and put on the phone. In the event that the internet go again, I can put on data. The internet went on Sunday. And now again, I went and I have 1 cent credit left. 1 cent of the $500.
And you're sure the data was off this time?
I am sure, because I turned it off from the time I recognized that it eat off the $300. I turned it off at that time because I know it was my fault. I had it on. So when I called the people, I spent an hour and a half on the phone before I could speak to somebody live. The first person I spoke to Sunday night, she said, the company store your data for you because they didn't want you to lose it. So put on airplane mode and go back and you will see it. No again, not no go so. Yesterday, me try for another 2 hours till I get somebody. And they tell me I had the data on and the data. I said, no, I don't. Unless you have a way. I believe they have a way to put on the data, because I am sure of my experience the week before, I would never. I want to put on the credit and make sure we don't have anything on that when I'm ready for my data. Nora gave me just lose me $500 just like that.
So they're telling you that the data was on?
Yes, I had the data on. And I said, no. And Nora gave, when I went and looked on the phone, the data was on. And I'm sure I took it off.
And I was about to say that sometimes, I don't know if is mistake you make and press. I don't know, but it has happened to me before. Where I know my data is off, but then throughout the day because you see the thing come up at the top, the LTE or whichever 4G, 3G, and I'm saying wait, but how the data on, and you have to go back and turn it off. So I don't know.
I use a digital phone. So I don't use that phone, but I use it for data purposes because their data is cheaper than digital.
Oh.
So I have that put down just for emergencies. That's a phone that I use. Unless I'm coming to call nationwide, I will use it because it is the same network.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
So me I said they must have somewhere where they do this. I don't know. Because I learned the week before it's $375. And my $500 just gone like Sammy Mouth. And I think it is wrong. And you know something? The other network, when me leave my data on, it don't trouble it, you know.
Boy, I don't know, but I have had that experience before as well.
I think it is wrong. I said because, you know, that's a once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah.
Because even when I was telling them, I said, no, the data is not on because I'm sure. Because me turned it off. I don't know, phone where you have using to say, you're using the phone so you might this or you might that. That phone just put on for emergency. I don't use it.
The difficult thing with that is, you know, there's no other way to say, you know, where the credit could have gone. Yeah.
And they said, yes, I saw where you put on the credit. Me take a call. No, me not make no call. I don't use it 1 cent and them rob me. That is highway robbery. Boy. And I'm telling people, careful. Especially with them. Careful.
You have to
because if
constantly
it's on your credit, they have a way to snatch it away. Please. But
all right,
I will judge them. All right, Nora, Dave.
Yeah, man, you take care. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we will continue taking your calls.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
Outperform, outlast. With top performance. Chakama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Pan select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
They've lost homes.
Everything is gone. Have no house, have nothing.
They've lost power.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Jamaican people need desperate help.
Some haven't heard a familiar voice in days.
The last thing I said to my sister, please be safe. And that was the last time.
For others, hope is starting to ebb. But together, we are rebuilding Jamaica, one parish at a time.
We have tried. We have to try. Can't give up.
Join Nationwide 90 FM from November 21 to December 19, every Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we broadcast live from Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and St. Elizabeth, helping families and communities rebuild after Hurricane Melissa.
And you can help too.
Bring your donations, non-perishable food, water, hygiene products, lighting, or recovery supplies to our office at 14 Ocean Boulevard, the Digital Building, downtown Kingston.
Let's show the true strength of our nation. Unity, compassion, and care. Together, we can rebuild lives and restore hope. Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Give us strength. Never let I fail.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. We are taking your calls this morning. The numbers to call 876-630-9371 to 4 and 618-8255. I see just before we go back to the phone lines, coming to you, Dwayne. Someone asking in the YouTube comments when JPS, if we can find out from JPS when they're going to complete restoration of service in Ureton Polyground in St. Catherine. We are still awaiting that schedule. JPS did say they will be going back to the burial ways of communicating with the customers, where they will be putting out, the schedule of the communities, parish, the communities that will be on the list for restoration. We have not yet gotten that from JPS, so we don't have that information yet for you. But as soon as JPS releases that information, we will absolutely share it with you. All right, so we're going to go back to the phone lines now. Dwayne, good morning.
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 How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I present your Melissa Vice since Melissa Park.
Pardon?
Yeah, when you have a Melissa Vice since Melissa Park.
A Melissa voice?
Yeah. Right here.
No.
And I heard your voice after Melissa, first time I heard your voice after that.
Oh,
yeah,
well.
If Melissa change your voice.
Oh, no, no, not at all.
Yes, it has been a rocky road, man.
Yes, indeed.
And the reason for calling though is just to say that it seems to me like Jamaicans do not understand the word love. And they do not understand the word people, different from the country itself in terms of the land. Because if you understand what love is, how we should be treating each other, how we are behaving, and it seems to me like we have to rewrite the narrative, because everything that is good becomes bad, everything that is bad becomes good. And we need to know when it is politics or when humanity is hungry and needs food and shelter and clothing. And just think back for a moment. If you should find yourself in the same situation as some of these Jamaicans who this morning don't have a place to their head, have a home to go to, can't go to the bathroom to get a bath, can't cook something on their stove, their life is disrupted. And I think that all the politics that is being played out in social media, I just don't understand it. And maybe somebody can explain it to me, but I just can't understand how it is. And when I look at the roads and look how a lot of people are being cut off, they mean Jamaica, but then cut off from life, so to speak. We're thinking about Jamaica being a small country. But now we know that Jamaica is not a small country.
I mean, it still is a small country, You can get cut off in a small space if you think about it,
Yes, I know. But look here. Just considering that you're traveling 146 miles from Mount Pine to Nigel Point. That is a good distance, And for you to in an area where you are bombarded by rocks and trees and light posts and all these things that you can't even reach over there. Yes, you can be taught, but how to reach over there. But what I'm really saying though is to say that the people on social media, they need to just put away the politics, man. And let's come together and play your role. I have played my role, I have to continue to play my role. And do what I can. I can give a $1, I give a $1. And if you can't, you just don't say anything at all. These people life,
We can, only implore and ask and beseech and beg for those fellow Jamaicans to, do what is right, lean on the good side of themselves and do what is right, help where you can, love above everything else, and let's come together. But unfortunately, there are those among us who still lean towards hate, who still lean towards corruption, who still lean towards all that is bad within them. And so we have to fight the bad with the good among us. And contrary to popular belief, it's a smaller set that are doing the wrong things, But because one, technology and social media has helped us to amplify all that is wrong and all that is bad that is happening. And even though the good is also being shared, I don't know why, but misinformation and bad news shares faster and wider. So it seems as if this is what is happening. But there are more of us that are doing good things than those who are on the other side. I promise you.
All right, finally I will say this. It was possible for me to take somebody in and take care of that person until them find a way out. I would have done so. Also, now when I look at social media, not only in Jamaica, but also have there some people suffering. If I could help one person, I would have done so. I know it's not easy for me to do so in these times, but the little children that are suffering can't go back to school, can't find eat. I get around some people are bleeding out of water from the ground. And people are taking people's life and make joke. And I tell lies and I try to gain politics and you scream that you love Jamaica. You don't love Jamaica. Are you blaming Christopher Columbus and you blaming all the people who come to Jamaica and rape Jamaica? You're no better than them. It's a talk because you have mouth. Now it's time for us to act. Not passively, but actively. What are you doing? Instead of doing these things and saying all these kind of nonsense, do something. And even what we are doing is not enough because $1 trillion, we don't reach nowhere yet. We don't reach nowhere yet in a week to go there and do what we can do. All right, and when that day comes, if I want piece of paper, I'm going to pick up on the ground so that I will, because we have to build our country.
Absolutely. I encourage you, Dwayne, to continue doing the good that you have been doing and encourage those around you to follow suit, and hopefully that will spread and eventually we'll all be doing good instead of whatever else some of us are doing. All right. Thank you so much for calling.
All
right. Let's go to another caller. Kerry, good morning. Hi, good morning, Kerry.
How are you doing?
I am good, Kerry. How are you?
I'm good as well.
Good.
I'm calling Hartrust and training. Hartrust is encouraging persons to come and get certified training. But at the same time, when you enter the institution, you enter with the mindset that you're going to be doing the program, let's say for a year or 18 months. And after that time period, you're still not able to leave with any form of certification.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. Maybe they're having a shortage of assessors to do the external assessments, and without the external assessment being done, you're not able to get certified.
So is it that you've gone through the course, done the coursework, done all the learning and practical training, and you have not been able to do your assessment so that you can be certified?
Correct. And this is a problem that I'm understanding. That is not just my set. There are several other persons. And I'm talking about construction. In a time like this, construction is needed. And persons are there not certified because assessments have not been done. The learning has been completed. Everything has been done apart from the external assessment. This is preventing us from getting certification.
And when it comes to communication from the school, I'm sure they've realized that you've gotten to the final part of your course and it's time to be assessed. What do you hear from them via email or phone call, or if even somebody comes to the class and speaks to you, what are you hearing from the school?
We're not hearing anything, and that's the situation. The batch before my batch has they're basically finished from me and they're still not certified. Graduation is supposed to be this month in November, and they're still not able to be graduated after starting this course from 2024.
And you've
My
just
batch
done
started
the
2024, and we are finished 2025, but still no certification. Externals are still not finished. So it's a next year graduation.
And you are saying to me, Kerry, that you've done the final class, and after that final class, you've heard nothing, zero, not one word in English from Heart NSTA Trust as to when your exam will be and how you will be assessed, where, when, nothing?
Well, what they said, the last assessment they set an assessment for the 7th of November. They said that they're rescheduling that one. But that's just one of maybe 6 external assessments that need to be done. And we have finished the program. And the batch before my batch has finished from me, and they're still not certified. And they should be graduating this November.
So the batch before your batch finished in May, your batch finished when?
In September. The first week in September.
And the first exam, has the first batch done any of their external exams?
Well, it's a cluster of about 8 or 9 clusters, and they have done about 5 or 6. So they're nowhere near completed.
So how many should they be doing?
About 9, make up the entire
9.
level 2 construction.
Okay. And your batch has done none of your assessments yet?
My batch has done 2 or 3 out of the entire 9.
2 or 3 out of 9. Okay.
Right.
And you are yet to hear from, well, they scheduled another one for November 7, you said?
Right.
And it was rescheduled too? Did
It
you
was
get a new date?
postponed. No, we didn't get a new
Postponed.
date. It was postponed indefinitely because we're not hearing when is the new date.
I see.
And it's like
previous...
you're in a limbo. You're in a limbo. Like you're not sure what to do. You can't leave to go and try something because the certification is what you need. That is why you enter the program.
Exactly. You can't
And
do
even
anything with it
in a
until you're
time like
certified.
this, where construction persons are needed to help to
Yes.
rebuild Jamaica at this point, we have
You're
no
unable to.
certification to go. To even try to offer any assistance. Nobody's going to take us on to say, oh, we have done the program.
And
We have
this is
nothing
which
to prove.
heart? Which heart is this?
This is Heart Old Harbor.
Old Harbor.
Right.
All right. Heart NSTA Trust. The Old Harbor construction batch. The final one here and the one before that. The one completed in May and the one completed in September. They are still waiting to complete all their external exams so that they can be certified. The batch that completed their studies in May still have a couple more external exams to do, and they clearly won't make it in time for graduation in November. The batch that completed their studies in September, only 2 or 3 exams done so far, and they are now wondering if they'll be in the same situation as the batch before them, where they will just be sitting in limbo and waiting and waiting and waiting. Heart, remember, we are calling on Jamaicans to upskill themselves and become certified so we can open the doors. And then when Jamaicans run in through the doors, them buck up in things like this. Because they can't utilize the skill that they're getting from Heart if they are not certified. And they need to do their exams to be certified. So Heart, we're going to have to look at what is happening. And if you have to take a certain set because of resource constraints, then we're going to have to do that. Right? We can open the floodgates, and then when the people them run in, them buck up in a no certification and they're just sitting there waiting to be certified. If you only can take 50, take the 50. Have them properly certified and then open the gates again. We have to do it properly so that we don't have backup. We're up on the break. So, Kerry, well, I've made the call for you. I hope we can get a response from Hart as to what is happening at the Old Harbour School with the construction batch, well, this batch and the one before you, where the exams are concerned. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will go back to the phone lines.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:49.
Since 1995, we've been your go-to source for everything related to billiards, amusement machines, and electronics. With locations at 1A Lindsay Terrace, Kingston 10, and the Village Plaza, Big Bridge, Savannah Lamar, we offer top-quality pool table parts and accessories, cutting-edge gaming machines, and more. We also specialize in assembly, sales, and service of amusement machines. We provide unmatched customer service, expert solutions, and products tailored to your needs. Who are we? We are Eclipse Enterprise. Telephone 876-960-3891.
They've lost homes.
Everything is gone. Have no house, have nothing.
They've lost power.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Jamaican people need desperate help.
Some haven't heard a familiar voice in days.
The last thing I said to my sister, please be safe. And that was the last time.
For others, hope is starting to ebb. But together, we are rebuilding Jamaica, one parish at a time.
We have to try. We have to try. Can't give up.
Join Nationwide 90 FM from November 21 to December 19, every Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we broadcast live from Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and St. Elizabeth, helping families and communities rebuild after Hurricane Melissa.
And you can help too.
Bring your donations, non-perishable food, water, hygiene products, lighting, or recovery supplies to our office at 14 Ocean Boulevard, the Digital Building, downtown Kingston.
Let's show the true strength of our nation: unity, compassion, and care. Together, we can rebuild lives and restore hope. Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Give I strength. Never let I fail.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Noragay Banton. We are up on the final leg of the Consumer Hour, taking your calls. We have two more callers. Let's see if we can get them in the time that we have left. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Nora.
Good morning.
I live in Sligoville area.
In where? Sligoville?
Is Mary Village.
I didn't get the first part. You said you live where?
It's Mary Village.
Mary Village in where?
Sligoville.
Sligoville?
St. Catherine, yes.
Okay.
And right around the district, there's light from APS. We have a small district, and there's no light. I had chicken, I had a shop, and there's no light. I lose 200 farm, and the rest that I had is in the fridge. I have to use a generator that is very expensive. And JPS come here and they take out the thing out of the box, flick them out, all of them. 3 days now, and nobody returned. So I don't know what to do with these chicken that I have in the fridge. JPS has to do better. Last year until around these little here. I heard people calling Mr. Hughes and saying that JPS is doing a good job. JPS is not doing a good job. If JPS did take their time and brush all these off-road, wouldn't have in these little village, you know. And this morning they really made me cut up because I can't lose anymore. I lose too much. Over this. And JPS is not doing a good job. I'm telling you. And thank you very much, ma'am. I thank you for this that I can talk this morning because I'm really caught up with JPS.
So the chickens aren't for sale?
Yeah.
Well, let me give you an opportunity to get the chickens off your hand. Maybe there are some persons who need some chickens, especially those who may be contributing, some food to the affected areas. If you don't mind giving out your number so that persons who need chickens to buy can take them off your hands.
Yes, my number is 822-4036.
822-4036.
And my name is Ian. Yes,
Ian. Ian is in Sligoville.
Yes.
And Ian has some chickens. He doesn't have any electricity, and keeping up the generator is expensive for him. His number is
822-4036.
822-4036. Ian in Sligoville has chickens, and he would love to sell them off so that they don't spoil on him, because it's expensive to keep up the generator. So if you need some chickens to buy, support Ian. He is a farmer. He lost some of his chickens during the storm. He had some already in the freezer. So 822-4036 is Ian's number if you want to buy some chickens from Ian. Let's go to Willard, who is the final caller for today.
Hi, Nora. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you, Willard?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Arabic on the side of imbalance. And I'm speaking from the experience, personal experience. And I look deep into my reservoir, and I remember that in Westmoreland and all that is devastated area, JPS usually have a line crew there who usually do. Some of them may have retired and some is still working. But I recognize that they don't look back to call those professionals that they usually use who are retired to come out and assist them. I hear they say they're carrying persons from overseas, no problem. But I'm asking, what about those professionals who they have retired, who is still capable of helping to even move the wires and assist them? I notice nobody talk about them.
Are you one of those linemen?
No, I am not one of them.
Okay.
But I'm saying that when I see what I saw in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth over the weekend, then I believe that they are lacking. They are lazying themselves.
Is it that you are close to the situation so you know that they have not called anybody?
Well, I don't hear they talk about it, ma'am.
Well,
I don't hear they
but
talk
that's not fair. But that's not fair, Willard. That's not
what
fair.
I'm saying.
Hold a moment, Willard. Hold a moment.
No.
It is not fair to say, to come on the radio to say that JPS has not called any of those retired linemen or those who are still able to work when we do not know if they have or have not.
Thank you for the correction.
We cannot boldly make that statement.
Thank you for the
correction. You
correction.
can assess the situation, though, to say that you realize that the work in Westmoreland it's a bit slow. You can say that.
Thanks
based
for the
on what
correction.
you see.
Thanks for the correction. What I just changed it and said, when I passed down there, for the same length of time as I passed, there was no one moving the wires. I was down there all day Saturday night. I didn't see nobody from White House back into Kingston. I see nobody there trying to even move wires off the road. And that is why I make it the statement. It was incorrect, and I corrected it. But I'm saying I hope that they will consider using those persons so we can have somebody moving in these districts, in these parishes, who are in the parishes, helping us so at least we can get back fast. That's all my concern.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that.
And thanks for the correction.
And we know that JPS has said before that there are some areas where it's difficult to move anything at the moment because there are wires that are still, poles that are still down underwater, and water and electricity don't mix, so you have to ensure that you assess the situation properly. So we know JPS has said that. We don't know where they are with Westmoreland and getting lines back up, and we are not sure. It's very possible that they have engaged retired linemen who are still able to work. We don't know for sure. But we haven't heard them explicitly state that, but we cannot say for sure that JPS has not engaged. All right? But JPS, Willard is saying he sees where more improvement is needed in Westmoreland, and that's his assessment. Just before we go and make way for Cliff Hughes online, yesterday we had a caller who was asking about the driver's license renewal process it was down for a bit, and she was saying she has not heard where it has been back up. Well, we did hear from Maris Horton from the TAJ, the Tax Administration Jamaica, and the driver's license facility, she said, is back up, but it is a bit slow right now. So that is the word from TAJ. That's where we're going to leave it for the Consumer Hour this morning. Coming to you live from Tivoli Gardens High School. We're here for the National Parenting Support Commission's National Parent Month Recovery Mission launch.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Public opinion. Stop this foolish about this GLP and PMP business. We are a Jamaican. Different people.
It's not a matter of a JLP or a PMP. I think it's more like where it is that you think you're comfortable, what support you can afford to make the country better.
Different views.
Most entertainers, they're not amenable to management, so the only